So one of my friends just messaged me and he said he's close to hitting 100K a month by literally this month. Like he's in 80. I saw that he just closed another person. He's probably at like 86, 90K this month. And he's like tomorrow to reach 100K in a month. And me a couple of months ago would be so fucking jealous. Like I would be fuming right now. I would be so fucking angry at him and I would be jealous of him. And I would be, that's not fair. I deserve that. You know, that kind of mentality, you know? But I'm going to tell you in this video why I'm not angry anymore about that. And I'm going to tell you why I was angry and why do I even care, right? So for some context, I run a marketing agency. This friend of mine, he also used to run a marketing agency. He was doing that. He was around 20K a month. And then he started his own coaching program around content. And it's a coaching program, right? He's doing info. And I'm doing service-based business models. And I think we're in the space. I think he may be a little bit longer than me in like the info space, but in terms of trying to start a business, I'm in the game longer than him. But like in actually starting, I think I'm a little bit behind. But like we're there in terms of like who has more game in the business or time in the business. I think we're there. And so that's the biggest thing that bugs me is like he's at 100K a month already and I'm at like 40K a month or whatever, right? That bugs me, or it used to bug me, because I was like, you're growing so slow, and damn, Joshua, like, well, he's not that special. Like, you deserve to be there, like, with the amount of work you're putting in, the people you're working with, blah, 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 blah. Just, like, creating all these excuses for myself, and I literally resented the guy. I didn't want to speak to him, because I just thought there's some hate between us, which there was no hate. He didn't hate me. It was just me projecting my resentment towards him. That he was doing so much better than me. I was projecting that. I was expecting that from him as well. I'm not gonna name him, obviously. I'm not going to. It's just like confidentiality, right? Plus, he's a really good friend. Like he's a goated dude. I love him, and yeah. So I'm not gonna like speak any bullshit in his name, right? So I was just so mad, but. What changed? So that's like the reason why I care. And by the way, 100K a month is my goal for like a while now. And like it was the goal in terms of like I wanted to rush it. I wanted to get there as fast as possible, scale, 1 billion clients a month, you know, scale aggressively. But it's like it's not the goal anymore, at least. It is the goal. Like the goal is like 1 million a month, obviously. Like that's the biggest goal. 100K is just a stepping stone. But it's like it's not the goal as in I don't have to get there tomorrow. It's like now I understand that my business model and the game I'm playing is a lot harder and it's more long term. And this is why the main reason why I'm not mad at him anymore for succeeding. I'm actually happy, and it makes me confident that hey, if he did it, I can do it as well. That's a good thing. That's a mindset shift that I had. And the biggest thing that was causing that confusion is I just didn't realize that him and I were playing different games. I know that when he had his own agency, he was also growing slow. And I can bet that if he stuck to the agency, he would also grow a bit slower. Maybe not, but a bit slower as well. He definitely wouldn't be where he's at if he continued the agency. But I just understood that the games we're playing and the difficulty of those games are way different. And I'm going to explain the difference between a coaching model and a service-based business model. And if you're either let's say, I'm going to speak to guys that are in a service-based business model because you're probably out there building your agency and then you're comparing yourself to the info guy and you're like, why am I not scaling as fast as them? And then you're building this resentment. You're discouraging yourself without understanding the game that you're playing, right? So this is going to be a video for like service-based business guys. So in the coaching industry, you're relying on something called PIFs, okay? So paid in fulls every single month. Every single month, you don't have an MRR. If somebody in the coaching space tells you we're making that much a month, that's probably what they made last month, or that's probably what they made in their best month ever. Not every single month. Every single month, these guys, their MRR is 0. Okay? These guys, every single month, they start, okay, maybe they have some payments that they need to carry on from last month, or they have some like there's somebody is like renewing after like months of coaching, they're renewing. So okay, that is counted into MRR, but usually these guys just start from zero. Unlike we as the service providers, we start every single month. Yes, it is zero, but you know predictably how much you're gonna make unless some client cancels, which isn't usually the case if you have a really good agency and really good clients, to be fair. And so you start, like, you know that you're going to make money that month. You don't have to, like, worry about it. And so think about it. The difference between a business coaching business and a service-based business is that in order to scale to 100K a month, you need to go from 0 to 100K a month. If I'm a service-based business owner, yes, I'm going to acquire clients slower because I'm going to explain that later. That's how the market works. But like, you're going to acquire like clients slower, and you're going to also acquire fewer clients a month. However, if you're at 50K a month, you don't need to go from 0 to 100. You have to go from 50 to 75, from 75 to 100 next month, and that compounds, right? And the agencies, yes, they do like grow slow, but the growth, like for example, I grew slow. Last year we started around 10K, 20K towards like the beginning of the year, and we ended at around 30, 40K in revenue, which is like, is literally 2x to 4x of the business. 2 to 4x to the business increase sounds incredible until you realize that it's literally like going from 10 to 40K. It's not a lot. But imagine if I did 2 to 3 to 4x this year on 40 grand. Now that becomes 80K a month. That becomes 120K a month. That becomes 160K a month if I do 2x, 3x, 4x this year. Do you see? The compound effect with the agencies is incredible. And a lot of people think they're failing because they play at such a small time scale. Service-based business models are incredible at a longer time frame, and you can sell them. Coaching programs, you usually cannot sell them because they're tied to a personal brand. This person I'm talking about, they probably won't be able to scale their agency, to sell their business, because they're tying it to the personal brand. And that is good in the short term, but I can sell my agency, right? Later, 10 years down the line, when I want to, I can sell it for tens of millions of dollars, probably even 9 figures. Who knows? Depending on where I'm going to go. So that's the thing. That's the first thing, is like, you're going to acquire fewer clients, but again, it compounds. The compounding effect is like actually real, and you have to consider that in your favor. Next thing that I want to talk about is the difference in the market. The reason agencies acquire fewer clients, yes, you could potentially acquire a lot of clients if you have the right systems in place, if you have organic going, if you have outreach going, if you have ads going, all that kind of stuff. However, I still think that service-based business models will never acquire more customers than coaching. The reason for that, the number one reason, is because people's commitment is like, when you are looking to enter, like, let's say you finish a mentorship, is like, what are you looking for? Like, what everybody's always looking for, some sort of improvement / investment. Okay, that's the norm. The norm is always invest in yourself. And so when you think about investing, what do you think of first? Do you think of, oh, it's time to invest in an agency? Or do you think, okay, it's time to invest in a coach? Well, I've seen that person on social media last time. Let me talk to them. See, so that is how the market is positioned. Market is positioned to seek coaches and mentorship that last a period, rather than investing into an agency that you pay every month for multiple years in a row. So people's perception of hiring an agency versus a coach is much different. So you have to understand what game you're playing. And this is why you cannot get upset when somebody in the coaching space is beating you. Coaches are seeked. That is the norm. That's where the pendulum is at. Maybe in a few years down the line, the pendulum swings the other way, and people, instead of looking for coaches, maybe they start looking for agencies to do the work for them. I don't know. We will see. I think that's how it's going to happen. But right now, everybody is looking for... They're looking for a stage. They're not necessarily looking for a commitment. Mentorship is a period of your life, like 3 months, 6 months. Agency, that is something that you invest in every single month. So in a coaching offer, people pay him 6K one time for 6 months. That's a piff right there. Boom. People pay me 6K every single month for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So do you see like the natural friction that there's going to be? Like, people are not going to seek me out like, fuck you, dude, I'm just going to get a coach and get the same result, right? And also, in general, coaching, people that have money to buy coaching, like, are usually poor to not be able to afford an agency. Like, people, yes, and anybody can find money for 6K up front for 6 months. Anybody can find money for that. But can you find money for an agency that you pay 6K a month every single month for the next year, 2 years, 3 years? That's tough. You need to be making a couple $100,000 a month, the very minimum. Right? So this is the nature of the game that you're playing. And this is why I was so I was so jealous, because like, how the fuck is he growing? I just didn't understand that the game we were playing and the difficulty of the game we were playing is totally different, and that's okay. Am I tempted to start a coaching offer? Yes. And in fact, if I show you right now my screen, I have a school community with lessons in it ready. I have an offer doc ready. All I need to do is just launch it, post a link into my YouTube, and like sell it. Or just like let people join in. But I didn't release it yet, because I think it's going to be a distraction for my agency. And this is something like, if I was to like really pull the trigger on promoting the offer, I would have to get somebody else's input who's like really, really solid, like fucking Alex Hormozi. If I call up Alex Hormozi and he tells me, yeah, fucking do it, I would do it. But right now, if somebody who's like average or at my level or below my level tells me to do it, probably not going to listen. But if somebody with enough experience like Alex Hormozi tells me to do it, I would 100% do it. But right now, I don't want to do it because I can't commit to my the coaching clients, because that's a whole other business, and I didn't even figure out how to run this business to 100K a month. Like, why am I just going to go into the coaching? Does not make sense, right? Because like, in my mind, I'm looking at the coaching business as a cash grab instead of this thing actually... like, it's another business that you have to run. So this is why haven't pulled the trigger. Am I going to make more money? Yes, but it's also a very easy way for me to just fuck up my reputation. Did I fuck up my mic? I hope not. I didn't. Cool. It's still going. So yeah, I hope if you're running a service-based if you're running a service-based business, I hope this video helped you, and that you're not going to grow resentment towards any of these other people. They're crushing it in their own field, but it's unrealistic to compare to them, because the game you guys are playing is different. Yes, you guys are in business, but the business models you guys have are totally different. They grow at a different pace, and they end up in a different position. Most coaching programs fail, or they're not able to scale past 300K a month, 500K a month, or whatever. Agencies are scalable. So remember that, guys. Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.